Knit Along Day 6. This is the last video in this series. We are doing the last 3 seams, the underarms and the back to the sleeve. So what's the plan today? Well, the plan today is to finish up this sweater. I have taken a photo of this sweater with this blocking wire in it. I'm removing the blocking wire. I will thread that in a minute. I need to make sure that I'm not putting the wrong sweater the wrong way. Same as yesterday, where I make sure that the threads are going the right way. Try and have enough light. You want to be able to see. The fun part of this will be when it's time to trim all these yarn tails and see the final result. I'm just going to put it on generally for now, and I'll come back and adjust them upwards and downwards. Every stitch on a pin. I'm aiming for every white stitch on the black and white ones, except for the 2 rows of black, of course. I accidentally pushed a button on my camera the other day, so it kind of screwed up the footage. I think I fixed it. So if you see any improvement in this sweater video, please let me know. Okay, you get the idea. And then I'm going to make sure I'm not all twisted up. And this is the back piece, and it will be hung this way. Okay, I'm going to pause this and then I'll come back when I'm closer to sewing. Okay, from the collar to the arm sleeve reduction is done. This is just the one sleeve. Now I have to do the back. All right, you can see now that we have everybody's on the same page. That one's going to go down that way. This goes up. Grabbing that one. I'm crossing my threads as I weave them. That should be all I need to do with those. I have black and white here. White's going to go over, and then black. Orange is going to go the other direction. So white, black, white, black, white, black, white. And that should just stay. This is orange and black. Orange is going up, black's going up, orange is going up, and then the black is going up. This one is a green one. It's all by itself. The green and orange. Green's going that way, orange is going that way. I like to keep my colors in the same spot. The reality is these aren't going to move. And when I'm all done, I'll make sure that I have secured them all before I trim them up. If that makes any sense. Thought it might be nice to see it up close and personal on how this works. I just got to get started. All right. So I turn the crank, needle goes in, and this little hook grabs the yarn. Weave in my tail. And this is how unique and technical a linker is. Pretty cool. We'll come back when I do the underarm sleeves. Now is when I need to figure out which threads I can trim, because there's a lot here. So I know that these are weaved in, so I'm going to trim them. I know that these are weaved. These 3, 4, definitely got weaved in. Now, these white ones, those ones definitely didn't get weaved in yet. This one is an end one, you can tell by the loop. I'm not going to trim that one. That one is in. Okay, so now I'm going to leave all of this and rotate to the next. Okay. All of these are weaved in. These ones are definitely weaved in. Those belong down here. This one is weaved in. Definitely. Done. Rotating. Okay. This mess. These white ones, definitely weaved. Done. These 4, 3. Done. These ones, that belongs there. These belong there. Cutting. Next set. Okay, this one did not get weaved in. It could stay for a few minutes. Done. Done. Oh, that's such a mess. Okay, these ones are definitely done. Okay, now I realized that I did not do any weaving of these ones up here. Well, that one might be done. Okay. I'm going to take another look at that one. This is where the back started, I believe. Looks like it. So I'm going to weave this one into this row of edging there. These ones don't appear to be weaved in either, so I will make sure I get those done. This one is my collar. I'm going to get that done here right away. There's a whole mess here. I'm going to have to sort them and make sure they're okay. This one is definitely weaved in. Okay, so I'm going to finish the collar, weaving in these ends, and because I see this weird connection here, I'm actually going to use my tails here to just tighten that up a little bit. Holy Yarn Tails Batman. So, totally cleaned this up. Collar is all sewn up. Looks beautiful. Okay. Now we're going to do the underarm seams. To keep myself from sewing them wrong, I left the waste yarn on my sleeve cuffs, so I know where to start. Okay, so what I've done is I have hung from the armhole to the ribbing of either the front or the back, and now I'm going to hang the same on the linker. Linkers are not like infinite. You have to play within the 200 pins that you have to play with. Okay, so we have the underarm all the way back to over here. So we're going to start here, and we're just going to link across. Okay, so now, in order to get all of the stitches on, I actually took the work off after I got past the the graphic, and I rehung it from the cuff going back to the graphic. And this works for me because the stitches tend to lay properly on the pins instead of constantly trying to double up. I actually lost 30 stitches or 30 pins trying to do it the other way. I'm just making sure that I only have the first 2 stitches on here instead of extras. When you have extras, it warps the project. Just a little bit of busy work or fiddly work. Oop. That's what I didn't want to have happen. Okay. I know you can't see what I'm doing, and I'm sorry about that. All right, now these will all lay flat. Lined up my first stitch. Now there is a yarn tail here, and that yarn there. Okay, so yarn 1 goes over. You're now on. Okay. Okay, these are now connected. I'm going to knit across and then we'll take it off the linker. You can see here that we've matched up pretty good. Seam to seam, seam to seam. So if you start at the cuff, work your way towards the underarm seam, and then start at the cuff and work to your underarm seam, you should match up pretty perfectly. And this is it. This is the entire project done and in the books for another year. Stay tuned for a Christmas sweater.